Okay, we'll just wait a few more minutes for people to join and then I will get started. Super exciting. It's essentially a year's worth of research and subscriptions that I'm going to go through in minutes. So our lost subscriptions are your gain. So we'll just give a few more minutes for people to join and then we'll get started. All right, so we'll get going. So we as knowledge workers and IT people have been working with AI tools for a year, and we signed up for every subscription you could ever imagine. $20 here, $20 there, $20 over here. We signed up for all of these things, and we now only use two of them. So we live in all of these different tools and we consolidated down just over time naturally, and we just naturally spend time in only two out of these multitude of tools that we're using. So I'm going to take you through that journey really quickly. And then at the end of that, I'm going to have a free gift for you. So super cool. Let's go through it right now. I'm going to take you through the food chain first of the different co-pilots. And what you see on screen right now is what you get for free. So this is if you go to copilot.microsoft.com, this is the free Copilot that anyone can use. You can click in here and chat. That chat goes back to a OpenAI 4.0 regular model, gives you answers, no credit card needed. They've added recently this Think Deeper button. And when you click on the Think Deeper button, as of a few days ago, it had been going back to one of the reasoning models, O1, that OpenAI has, where it takes time and there's a progress bar as it really thinks about your question. They've now upgraded it as of a few days ago. When you click that button, it goes back to their O3 model, which is a little more fancy. So what you get with this is, and it's great for people starting out because you get prompts here that give you a little bit of coaching on how to write prompts inside the window. They also have here, if you click this, other prompts that kind of help you learn how to interact with chatting type models. You also get this news podcast. Google has a similar thing, and you can play this podcast, and it's AI generated voices that are reading the news to you. So this is a great entry level product. We actually used this in the very beginning, but like I said, we don't really use it that much anymore. And we moved on to other stuff. So let me take you to the next product in the food chain would be if you have a Microsoft Office subscription for your family. And they've recently added in Copilot as a feature to that. I'm not going to show it because it's more of a consumer thing and we're more about enterprise products here at Millennium. That product, you get now a bucket of usage for AI per month and it resets at the top of the next month. Only the primary account holder in the family subscription gets access to those tokens. And then if you need more, you can buy more if you run out, or it's going to prompt you to buy a Copilot Pro subscription for $20. And so that's kind of their way to kind of get you hooked on the product. Again, I'm not showing that. This here is like, I have an Outlook.com account that's free. And this is, again, what you get for the free stuff. So moving past the Pro into anyone who has Office 365, which is a majority of the company. And that's what you get here. Now, excuse me, now previously, uh, you, people within the company were locked out from getting to this window pane. Unless you had the big subscription, you could not get to this Copilot button. They locked it out. But now they've unlocked that subscription so that anyone who has like a business premium, E1, E3, E5 license, regular Microsoft Office 365 employees now can go to office.com, log in. They get access to this Copilot, which goes back to GPT 4.0. You get agents, which are like custom Copilots, where you can have custom subscription instructions, and it's enterprise protected. All of the data stays within this particular tenant. You get another feature here called Pages, which you can execute a search. The search will come up with an answer, and there'll be a button at the bottom of the answer that can push that answer into a page, which is actually Loop, which is kind of their version of Notion, if you've ever used Notion. That page that goes into Loop can then be shared with other people in the company, and you can all work on a research project together. So anybody who has just a regular $22 Office 365 corporate account, you now get access to this. And now we're going to go one up. The one after this is the big one. So this is the $30 Microsoft Copilot 365 add-on license on top of this. And what this looks like is this. So you get access to not only be able to search on the web, you get access to look inward at data in the company. So it has access to all of your chats and Teams, all of your Word documents, SharePoint files, OneDrive files, anything you have security to see within the company, it has access to. And you get the ability, again, to still search out on the web. You can still come up with a search page that you can then push to Loop and share with others. Here you also get agents. You get the studio where you can make your own personal agents. You get the ability to query Dolly on the OpenAI platform and create images. So this is the page that you get, but not on top, only with that, you get all of the buttons inside the Microsoft Office product. So if you open up Word, you're going to get the Copilot button here. It's going to help you draft documents that are here. You also get access to Copilot inside of Teams. So you get this kind of same, you can see how the pages are somewhat similar. Now they're changing it every month. So by the time this gets published, this will be dated, but Microsoft Copilot in Outlook is able to look at emails, summarize emails, help you write emails, but they are actually adding the most robust Copilot features in Microsoft Outlook in the new version. So the classic version has a few, but this newer one here is shows up as a button on the side. And this is where it's now adding, they're putting all their effort into new Outlook, adding in all the features here. This is where you can click and say, hey, help me find a time between myself and this other person in the company on Friday to have a meeting. And it will go ahead and pull all that together and give you some options. It will help you create an out of office message. It will set it for you. So you can see this is the place where they're really putting the development in Outlook with the large $30 license is going here. Again, we're not really using this. So we've gone through all these different products, and over the period of a year that we've been paying for all these different things, we're not using this as much. Now I'm going to get to the stuff that we're kind of using, and one of them is ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is a still something that we're kind of using. You get the different models, the GPT 4.0, the very classic, give me an answer. You get the new one, 4.5, which is a slightly different tonality and cadence in the writing output that comes out. And you get all of the thinking or reasoning models where it takes time and iterates, like the Think Deeper button. And you'll see a progress bar as it comes back with answers. So that is not what we're really using it for as much here. What we're using it for is an agent, and that is the deep research agent. And that deep research agent is where you give it a very complex problem. And we have a video of me doing a bake-off between different deep research agents that are out there. And this turns out to be the best. So what I gave it was a medical problem, which is something that I knew about of my own, very deep. Is there any latest research out there? Tell me about these kinds of treatments, those treatments. And it went off for almost a half hour. And it does different deep research. It went and looked at, I think, 50, 60 different websites. The Perplexity one went and looked at 170 websites. Excuse me. And it puts back an amazing report that would be something that would take somebody, hours to put together. So while we're not using these models and chatting with it in a classic sense, we are somewhat using the deep research feature of it. And I would say that anybody who has any kind of condition, it is something to check out. Obviously, still work with your doctor. That's the safest thing. Don't trust a computer. But it is somewhat inspirational to tell you what's going on. And it might be something you bring to your doctor to have a conversation with. So those are deep. You might also have a business plan. That's a thing that you wanted to go research about. Tell me about the growth of the electric charging network in Los Angeles. Give me stats. I'd like to put a charger out there somewhere. I'm willing to fund it. Where's the best place to put one? And you'll go out and do that research over a period of a half hour and come back with an answer. So this again is not what we're using as much, but some of the deep research features we are. Now I'm going to get to the things that we can't live without, two of them. And at the end of that, I have a free gift for you. So one of the ones that we are living in all day long, and it's only $10, $10 per employee. And it was an easy sell. Is this Abacus, or it could be considered Abacus AI? And it gives you access. It's a dashboard that gives you access to all the paid models that are out there on the internet, all the big ones. So you can chat with GPT-4o, the Claude from Anthropic, hybrid model, Claude Sonnet 3.7, which sometimes does deep thinking, sometimes not, depending upon the question. The reasoning deep thinking models from OpenAI o3, o1, o1 mini. This is the model from China that everyone's been talking about in the news. They downloaded the model itself, this company did, brought it to the United States and removed all of the Chinese telemetry. So it's sitting in a data center here and it's safe to use, but you get to see what all of the fuss was about because it's amazing to watch it run. I'll run a prompt in a minute to watch it think. These are the Google Gemini models, which are amazing. You also get access to the Grok model, the paid version. What we use this for is if we need to search for anything that's on X, former Twitter, because it's indexed all the tweets that are there. So it's a great research tool for that. This is the Llama model that comes from Meta. This is a new model that's out. I'll get into that later. The older Claude Sonnet model, and then GPT, the new one, 4.5 preview. But again, we don't use it as much because it's primarily taking writing. And a lot of times I will iterate some writing out of GPT-4o or one of these, and then I flip it to Claude and have Claude rewrite it because I really like the writing tone of Claude. It's amazing. So not only do you get all that, on top of that, you get all of the image generation models that are out there. These would all be separate subscriptions. And remember, this $10. So you get Dolly from OpenAI, but Imogen, Flux, you get the Gemini model that was just released recently. It is amazing. And I've actually iterated where I've created an image in one model and then flipped it and pushed it into another. You can't do that anywhere else but here. So it also will do video generation. These are all the main video models that are out there. Runway, Lumen Labs, Kling is a Chinese model. And you pick the different model based on if you want something that is a bit artsy, cartoonish, or if you need something that's more photorealistic. And there are a lot of hacks in the prompting that can get it to produce a 15, 20-second clip of, whatever it is that you're looking for. So you get all the chat models, the imaging models, you get the video generation models, other stuff here. We're going to do a whole video on this where it will research different websites. It will do tasks like OpenAI does, but it'll make a PowerPoint for you. And even though people in the company have the AI button inside of PowerPoint, they're coming to here to make their PowerPoints in here because it's so much more powerful. Now, they have their own version of deep research, but again, I did a bake-off. That video is up online, and the OpenAI one is still probably the best for the deep research. They also have a search model that you kind of would use in place of searching at Google. This one is okay, but the best that's out there is my last tool, and that is Perplexity. We cannot live without this particular product here, that is the ABACUS.AI or Perplexity. This is the best research tool that's out there. And every single week, they're iterating with more and more robust features that are like Google, where you get the weather, you get the top news stories that are out there, like Google News. That's over here under Discover. It is an amazing, amazing tool. The output and the research that it produces for just basic searches on the internet is second to none. It's an amazing product. So, and what we're going to do is for this product here, I'm going to have a link that will give you a free month of this. And we'll put the link in the description on the video online. We'll also, in our email that goes back out, we'll have that link available to you. If you buy a couple months, you're going to get a month free. So that is my gift to you for you to try this out. And again, the subscription one, if you go beyond the free, is only $10, and it's what everyone is living in, and we don't even sell it. It's an amazing, amazing product. So that's kind of a year's worth of research in a few minutes. And most all of the staff who are knowledge workers at Millennium are in these two products 24 hours a day. We have access to subscriptions that have not expired yet at these other tools, but we just spend time here because it's so powerful. So things that we're looking at in the future, though, that may change this. One of them is they're adding Python coding to Microsoft Excel in the big subscription. So you're going to be able to create code inside of Excel that will do some automated functions every time you open a spreadsheet or add new data. So Python and Excel is exciting. Excel was the weakest product out of all that, and now it's going to be super dope. So we're going to test that out, and we're going to let everybody know how that goes. The other piece is there's going to be a Copilot app that will go onto a PC that's coming out. It will come with vision, where it'll be able to see the screen and give you information about what it's looking at, and it may be able to take action. We'll have to see what that looks like. So there is a Microsoft Copilot application coming to Windows machines that would have vision of the desktop if you allow it. And then 2025 is the year of agents. Operator is an agent in OpenAI that runs a browser in a virtual machine and can order for you your groceries at Instacart and do open table reservations. I've been doing some experiments of working with it going into QuickBooks Online and our very own NetSuite. That's kind of ongoing. The other is the deep reasoning or deep research. Those are agents. And the last piece is a product called Manus that came out recently, in which you submit a query to a manager agent that then divvies up tasks and farms them out to baby agents that then do this work over a period of an hour and then come back and present a project to you that's complete. So those are the things that are out there right now that we're kind of keeping an eye on. But at the moment, if you're like most of us at Millennium and you're a knowledge worker and you are doing basic functions in the office where you're writing stuff, you're researching things, these two tools for $10 and the Perplexity Pro subscription is $20. Those are the only things that we're using at the moment. And you can get started with a free link that is our gift to you. So we appreciate you joining today. I hope this was super informative. That was a year's worth of research in a small bit of time. And of course, if you have any questions and want Millennium to help you with your ERP or IT infrastructure, feel free to reach out to us at mbsg.com. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.